Oh, nice. Yeah. Hello and welcome to this cast game on Black Forest between the one and only tmanplays on 5th Panzer Division, and he's up against Axis, if you recall the team Parallaxis from DEFCON 2 and the infamous game against Blitz.ai, and he's playing 2nd Panzergrenadier. And they're on Black Forest. It's interesting because when I spoke to T-Man Plays about this, he thinks 5th Panzer's stronger than 2nd Panzer. Although this was a few months ago, so maybe his opinion's changed. Obviously, the patches have come out and so on. Whereas I think 2nd Panzergrenadier is stronger than 5th Panzer, particularly in 1v1. In team games, sure, maybe you need 10 million Leopard 2s. In 1v1, you don't really need that many. Anyways, we're on Black Forest. I personally believe Blue has the stronger side here because they can YOLO straight into Bravo with forward deployed, but 5th Panzer only gets recon. Actually, no, they do get airborne forward deployment in the form of the Fernschper. So that's one to look out for. Anyway, looking at the deployments, T-Man is going easy on Charlie. Nothing really there, just 2 looks to make sure nobody pushes down. And the Fernschper are not advancing into the town. Not advancing into Bravo, sorry. They're going into... One of them's going to the church because religious people can see further than atheists. This is how far a religious person can see, and this is how far an atheist can see. And the other one is going here, which is interesting. I mean, if you put him here, he can see down the road, right? Well, I don't know. This gives you more vision down this side. And we got 2 more looks going to just in front of Bravo, and a Jaeger Aufklärer going to this building here. You should always expect, if you're on the red side, for there to be somebody in this building. Back here, we've got a big blob. That's what 5th Panzer's all about. So, 2 Pioneer Flam in Foxes. That's German for Fox, by the way, somebody told me. 3 Pioneer Amber. So he is trying to take this position at the start and then slowly work his way into Bravo. And to be honest, that's just so much easier than doing the reverse into Alpha, and that's why I think the blue side is better. Uchid, of course, do have the win statistics, but they don't release them. I wonder why. Milan 2 here. 2 CVs, infantry CVs, 1 for Echo, then presumably Foxtrot, and 1 for Alpha, and 4 Leopard 1A1s, backed up by 1 Roland 2, so a bit light on the AA there for the Leopard 1s. Switching to Axis deployment. Got 2 FS Jaeger, which are going to get the front of Bravo. An FS Jaeger Aufklärer, so recon, and he's putting that there because then you can see down here, right? So I got 4 strength, you see. And CV, infantry CV for Delta, presumably, then Bravo. Forward deploy Milan 2 going here. Really good spot, really good spot, because, of course, you could shoot people trying to get into Bravo. And a recon for that. I wouldn't put them in the same building, I'd put the recon here. Backed up by 2 Marder 1A3 Milans. 5th Panzer doesn't get the Marder 1A3, only gets the Marder 1A2. And 2 Leopard 1A 1A1s, which are also going to Bravo. So lots of Leopard 1A1s going around, and neither player has upvetted his Leopard 1A1s, which is interesting, because, you know, you get the extra fire rate, you get the extra accuracy. How many Leopard 1s do you really need? I'm pretty sure I bring mine on 1 or 2 vet. It might even be 2 vet. Anyway, FS Jaeger going over to here, that's good, and then you'd hope to see him sneak down to here so that he could use that juicy Panzerfaust 3 and take out some reinforcements. And a CV for Charlie, backed up by 4 scimitars. And a Jaeger Aufklärer. Okay, so we'll cast the game, we'll do it from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners. They get the names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos at a rate of 1 a week, so there's about 36 of those now, because we've been doing it for a while, and they're the ones bankrolling the channel, you know? The advertising revenue off YouTube is really bad, and particularly given my demographic, there are a lot of, you know, U-Block Origin enjoyers, basically. So, yeah, if you don't want to pay, that's fine. Please just like the videos and leave comments on the videos. If you can't think of anything to say, just write GG. And basically that makes YouTube recommend the videos to more people. It's free, takes you 10 seconds per video, and that's just a really easy way to help out. And I do appreciate it. I read every comment. Obviously, there's the YouTube auto-moderate, which I can't do anything about, but it is what it is. So you gotta be, you gotta tell people to commit toaster bath and stuff like that. You can't be too on the nose with it, or the auto moderate gets you. That is how it is. So that the Fernschbeer, of course, have ground surveillance radar. I'm really not sure why 5th Panzer gets this capability. It's really strong. They don't have an AT, right? But they've got this GSR, and they can see pretty far, and it's got airborne forward deployment, so that stops you from rushing down a 5th Panzer player, and then they just bring loads of Leopard 2s. Although I'm still noticing a severe lack of Rolands. Just like how you're going to defend all your tanks with one Roland 2. Roland 2, of course, it can two-shot planes, but given its range and its accuracy, it usually doesn't. Although air in this game, really heavy on the RNG. It is what it is. Black Forest, of course, lends itself to these kind of slower openers, so we finally see some action here. FS Jaeger plinking away at Pioneer Armburst, and you would expect T-Man to bring up the Lux, and then, yep, so that will swing the fight. The FS Jaeger's going to have to withdraw here, and withdraw they do. So they've taken some damage, they've taken some cohesion damage. NATO FS Jaeger is really kind of bad. It's really something. Oh, here we go. So the Scimitars are coming in on the Lux, and 4v1, of course, wow, that's one lucky Lux. Survives 3 volleys there. Axis has bought a plane as well, and there's only one Roland 2 here. So the Scimitars are just going to clean house here. They're on fast path, which is a bit weird. You see that the accuracy is very bad. Not really. Okay. And, you want to be spreading these out a bit. I do like it, though. I like it a lot. And the Marder 1A3s will beat the Lux. It's the same gun, but they've got more armor. You see lots of blue deaths here. Not sure what got that Leopard 1. I want to explain. It must be it's the Milans on the Marders. The Milan 1s are sort of plinking away these 9 armor vehicles. The Scimitars have broken through. T-Man's got the bow power to try and stop it, but this has aims on it. It's got sidewinders. He's got 2 of them now. The reload time ain't that big. It's like just over 2 minutes. Not quite 3 minutes. And Axis needs to get some supply up here. But T-Man's push has basically been stopped, and Axis's blob is now bigger. You see that the power of the Milan 1s here, so they two-shot them. The Leopard 2s, like, this was the Leopard 2 T-Man bought in the first tick, and it's only just arrived. The problem is, for Axis, that this is obviously going to kill all the Scimitars. Milan 2's going in. I believe a Milan 2 one-shots a Leopard 1, and it definitely one-shots a Lux. The proof is in the pudding. Chocks away there. 2 more Leopard 1s dead, and the Roland 2, there's only 1, right? This is why I prefer the Roland 3, but even then you need 2 of them to guarantee kills on planes. One of the Scimitars did get dinked by this Leopard 2 here, but he's just gonna... I mean, he's got them on reverse for some reason. Doesn't really make a difference because there's no separate reverse speeds in this game. They go backwards just as fast as they go forwards. So, yeah, T-Man's attack has been stopped. Red's attack's going well, but it's all about the zones, right? This is just going to die. The autocannons will kill it. He needs to have it on attack move, though, because, the stabilizer is half the accuracy. But you see that T-Man is really going to struggle to deal with these. 5th used to get Apaches, but it was just kind of OP, so they got rid of that. I like this as well, although it should be on attack move, and you could do with putting it a bit further back, like here. Right, so, come on. Yeah, okay, so he's just right-clicked it. Attack move solves the problem, but he's just doing that so that the Leopard 2's got time to catch up. They're the same speed, so he's literally just trying to. But yeah, Axis should have split these up. He should have put 1 down here so it could shoot the reinforcements. Not have all 3 together. Should have sent 1 into the town maybe, but obviously that's rough because 1 rocket launcher, you're dead. Looks like Axis still going heavy on the air. Might get the tornado for the bow maybe. Basically, if the Scimitars can shoot him in the back, they'll get him. There we go. FS Jaeger doing work there. But they're not shooting him in the back. His front arm is well and truly there. So those Scimitars, bit of a missed opportunity. What Axis really needs to do now is attack here. Because there's nothing here, right? He won here. T-Man, he's spending all his time trying to deal with these infiltration units. And it's going well for Axis. So There you go, you see? And now, yeah, so this one needs to go this way, and this one needs to go this way. Mega Waffle 1 purchase for the FS Jaeger. I guess he's just going to hit it here. It's just on a move order. Okay, he's going to miss, and the tornado's coming in. This is really expensive. Although the tornado's doing standard tornado things where it just misses all its missiles and still costs 250 points. And, oh no, he pressed evac over the Roland 2s. Should have kept going this way, mate. And then evac'd over here somewhere. Because he's lost that plane. It's very expensive. But yeah, would love to see Axis attack here because, like, he's obviously done a good job at preventing the enemy from reinforcing, right? But he now needs to transition that into some points. So what you do is you buy a smoke mortar, you put it here, and you get this CV in this car. You just smoke, and you just drive this in here, and then there you go. Pushing into this is very difficult, especially because the enemy has units here. Like, if this Milan 2 ended up here, do you see what I mean? It's like a concave shape. Pushing into a concave shape, being hit from multiple angles, and the Milan 2 one-shots Leopard 1, so you've got to be very careful. Oh, they're not even shooting that, because they can't see it. They can't see it. So this needs to smoke now. Hopefully it hits so that I can prove to you that the Milan 2 one... There you go. See, I proved it. I'm right. So T-Man is still buying Leopard 2s, because he's expecting this, like, late-game fight. Axis hasn't reinforced this with any supply or anything. He has a bit of supply here, but Axis really needs to go for Foxtrot. Really needs to go for it. But you need artillery, at least some smoke to take the edge of the zone, because of all the ATGMs everywhere. Like, look, he's never getting in here. This is just a waste of time. And he'd probably lose a marder here. No, okay. Like, if all of this was here, he could have just taken this by now. And meanwhile, T-Man's just printing Leopard 2A4s. He's up to 3 now, I think. Over here, this FS Jaeger's done a lot of work. A lot of work. And if it's low HP, you should just... If it's got no rockets, you should just get it back, because he can't do anything about any of this. And yeah, this is just... It's a shame. It's sort of a missed opportunity from Axis. He really needs to... Okay, so he's bought some artillery. I see T-Man's bought some self-propelled paladins. And this is the towed equivalent back here, the 155. So 3.41, 24 kilometers range. As you can see, the gun is exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Except this is vetted, so it's actually a bit better. It will fire a bit faster because it's got 1 vet on it, but that means he only gets 1 per card. Having said that, when you put 3 units in one house, you're going to pay the price. And we're about to see some big death. Big death coming in here. Wow, okay, so he's bringing them... Do they come at 1 vet by default? Or has he actually just brought 2 cards of 1 vet paladins? Anyway, you see that artillery in this game is really weird. Either it direct impacts and deals full damage, or it misses by a tiny bit and deals 0 damage. You see that, right? It landed right there. You see... It's on corrected shot as well because of this... These guys, look, you see these circles here. It's corrected shot, and it dealt no damage. 3 very, very close misses, no damage. It's just the way artillery works in this game. It's really, really, really depressing. Basically, it's like a sniper rifle. Either it hits you and it deals full damage, or it misses by a little bit and does nothing. What they need to do is just increase the splash radius massively, and then... If that makes it too powerful, then decrease the actual HE value. But instead, they just keep increasing the HE value. And they're like, why is it so inconsistent? It's really depressing. Anyway, I'm getting pretty stressed out watching this gameplay from Axis. Because, like, if he had just gone for this, he would have taken it by now. But instead, he's stacking all this. And he's just playing T-Man's game. All T-Man has to do is just keep buying these Leopard 2s. Which Axis is really going to struggle to kill. And just sit here shooting him. So all that momentum that Axis has now gone. I do like this. He should have brought some AA with it, really. I'm not sure if he's brought Gepards. Obviously, you don't really want an Eyehawk up there, but a Gepard there can be very useful for when they send the planes or whatever. And yeah, an Eyehawk here would be useful. I mean, you've got this position. Put a Recon here as well, and then you can... Like, here especially, because then you see the reinforcements coming in. So... As you can see, sort of same thing there with the artillery from the red side. It either does full damage or no damage, and now he's bought 4 of them. I hate to see it. I hate to see it. Just buy the mortar. Smoke this. Get some points. What are you doing? What are you accomplishing here? Not accomplishing anything. There's no point just smacking your face into him, into his strongest point. Anyway, the tornado's being sent first to soak rounds, which is a very expensive way to soak rounds. And okay. Alright, okay, so he lost his second fighter, so I believe he's out of fighters now. And in exchange he gets one tank, which is more expensive, right? But it's, you know, he's lost his fighter, so... and he lost his other one before to the same Rolands. Oh, I see, he's brought the shotgun fighters as well. Okay, so he's still got fighters, but at the end of the day, that wasn't a very effective trade. You just can't do that when there's 4 Roland 2s here. Although last time he tried it, there were 2, right? So... can understand it. I like the supply for this FS Jaeger, and I just can't get over this. I have to sit here for the next 27 minutes and watch Axis not smoke and enter this point, or attempt to attack this point in any way. Like, what? Where's he going? Does he think he's going to get in here? Surely not. That was pretty funny. And there you go, so that Milan 2 did actually go down there. He's going for the Rolands, but the Rolands have 1 top armor, so... and 10 HP. So they're really difficult to kill. And they can't be seeded because he's gone for the Roland 2s. That's the difference between the Roland 2 and the Roland 3. So these should be on attack move, because you can't shoot your MMG. Well, okay, it gets 10% accuracy, but you do a lot more damage if you're stationary with battle rifles and MMGs. I believe 5.56 is a bit more forgiving. Are there any 5.56 units here? Obviously, the Uzi's got better accuracy. It's 9mm. No, I mean, obviously the Germans were big fans of 7.62. But yeah, you see the FS Jaeger are really going to beat these guys. So that's working out. And you see that even these direct hits are just not really doing anything. Okay, so this needs to smoke now. And you see that a TOW 2 takes 3 shots to kill Leopard 2A4. Very, very good tank for the price. It's a bit cheap, actually. It went up by 5 points in the last patch. It was 265 before, I believe. And, yeah, remember, these back zones were taken out. Which is a big shame, because it means that you can own so much of the map and still not get any points on the board. Yeah, Axis has got serious lane brain here. I mean, he just doesn't seem to understand that he can get in here quite easily. He's got all this arty. He's kept the transports, okay. So, okay, so he's going for the Leopard 2A4. We'll see what happens. I mean, they're all going to fire at once. Exactly at the same time. Meow. T-Man's not noticed yet. And, oh, he's noticed. And you see, it does literally nothing. I mean, obviously, if it direct impacted that supply crate, blew that up. But, yeah. Artillery's very much just sniper rifles in this game. These guys are routing and running into the fire. But Axis, he sent some more. I don't understand why he keeps using move orders here. Surely attack move's better than just right-clicking. These guys aren't actually in the fight. And now that these guys have run out of hand flam patron, they will lose this fight. Because, well, why? Because this is 2-vet? I mean, the fact of the matter is they're both shock, but the shock trait is really dumb in this game. And only activates when you're 135 meters away from the enemy. Axis continuing to faceplant. I like this. So, he's going for the artillery. And I don't know if T-Man's noticed. Well, he must have done, because he's fast moved these all the way over here. This Roland's going to start killing him, though. But, like, he really hates attack move, this guy. He's just right-clicking everything. Surely you want to kill the artillery, and not the Jaguar 2. Oh, man, that was a hit as well. He could have killed this. Maybe he'll get it now. He does. So that was a really, really good kill. And now he retreats, and he loses it anyway. And the F4Fs, the infamous F4Fs, are out. They have been nerfed a bit. I believe they're 2 per card now instead of the 4 they were before. 165 points. It was the last broken fighter in the game, and it stayed like that for a long time. Axis could do in moving this supply up to here and getting another one. instead of just sending these guys back every time. T-Man, of course, not unloading his units. And, yeah, you know, I despair, honestly. Like, Axis could be at 1,000 points by now. All he'd have to do is, I've said it enough times, smoke this with all his arty that he bought, and just put CV in it. Do you see what I mean? Because obviously the Milan's gonna kill you if you don't smoke it. Or even like a Command Leopard 2. He's not even bought any CVs. Just yeah, I mean, he has actually. He's bought this. Has this got smoke on it? It does. It does. It does. Wow. So he wouldn't even have to artillery. He could just drive it in and smoke it under its own power, and then use his artillery to kill this. But alas, alas, he's just playing T-Man's game. And with 22 minutes left, 5th outscales 2nd because of how many tanks it gets. Although if you're bringing him up, no vet. It's a bit weird. Would like to see Axis buy a lot more Jaguar 2s as well. That's really the only way he can fight these, is by outranging them. Okay, so Arty coming in. Does nothing. You've just got to move a tiny bit to survive. It's very sad. Although that... he almost got it. He almost got it. Oh no, he's doing it again. Right, so is he going to go for the AA? Because that would be the smarter option. No, he's going for the tanks. Right, so he's done this twice now, and he lost a plane both times. And he's getting the tanks, right? So it's accomplishing something. But he could accomplish more if he... Because the planes are going first, the fighters are going first. They're getting hit by the Roland 2s. If he was blowing up the Roland 2s with the planes, then he could just keep doing this. Having said that, these are like 6 availability, so he'd have to do it quite a few times. And the Leopard 2A4s are not that high availability, but once he runs out of those, he just starts buying Leopard 2A3s, and he's just not going to run out of these, ever. So, you know. I like the iHawk purchases, although I really do think he'd benefit from having one here, given that this is the air intake lane, so the planes are gonna come this way, unless T-Man manually paths them like this. They're gonna come this way. And so if you've got 2 iHawks here, they're always gonna hit them before they get to your units, unless he manually paths it this way. Also, he sold his transport for that, which is not good. Yeah, this is, it's really something. I mean, like, T-Man isn't really maneuvering either. He's just sitting there. I guess he just wants to play for trades, and then eventually... Oh, wow, something is happening! Incredible. So he's moved up to there, and who knows, he might be able to see that Milan too. This implies that he can, because that's not got blue around it, which means he should be able to see that. So hopefully he blows that up. Although if you blow that up, then the enemy knows that you're going to be coming over. Having said that, you know, if this guy's here, does he see that? He'd have to get there to find out. And, like, the racist, I believe if the racist was here, he'd probably see this Führer. I don't know. Vision in this game is a bit weird. But, yeah. So, FS Jaeger do not trade too favorably against regular Jaeger, simply because, like, you don't actually do more damage if you're FS Jaeger. Do you know what I mean? There's no training in this game. Basically, it's just because they've got 2 vet. They're going to get less reload time and stuff, and better suppression resistance. So you see, he's taking trades here. But with the Marder... Okay, so he really needs to get out of scope of that, because that's really going to swing that fight. And yeah, just more blobbing from both players. More blobbing. Quite surprised to see a player as well-renowned as T-Man just sort of sitting there, not really doing anything. He's like playing purely reactively here. And I think Axis has finally twigged that he could get in this zone. Taken 20 minutes, but I think he's finally realised, oh, wait a minute, there isn't actually that much here. And yeah, another thing Axis should be doing is putting, like, I like T-Man's position here, but these need to be up to here. Get some AA for it. Basically, the way to take Foxtrot, if you hate smoke so much as these players appear to, is to take the sides, right? Because if you're up to here, then your enemy ain't resupplied Foxtrot, right? Do you see what I mean? Like, especially if you take this building. But yeah, so Axis's one guy has been spotted, and now I'm back to crying for the next 18 minutes as he simply refuses to take this zone. Oh, are we seeing some reaction here? Has he realized that, oh, I can just blob over into this? No, I don't think we're seeing that. Don't think we're seeing that. T-Man's done a fairly decent job of dealing with these Milan positions. I actually don't think there's that many left. I see. Okay, so this is Axis's plan, to attack into here. I mean, okay. It's sort of hard mode for no reason, but it can work. And, you know, he's losing these. I believe he's lost them all now. I think you either get 4 or 6 in a card. I can't remember if it's the... So it's the par 101. Yeah, so you only get 4 in a card, because the par 1 is the one that comes at 6. So he's lost all those, and now he's attacking here. But he sent his AA over here. And his blob, like, even his blob, you could just send it back, send it round, send it here. And, you know, like, try and get up to here, and then you could support it. Like, that's sort of the whole point behind why blob warfare is so effective with these divisions, because they're so fast. Like, the, you know, like, the Leopard 2s are very fast. The Marder 2s are faster than the Marder 1s, right? Yeah, they are 63. Okay, so he's attacking. Okay, no, he's... So, basically, the issue is, so when you reveal yourself like this, the enemy's like, oh, I'm pretty weak on that flank, I should buy some more stuff. And so when you attack, you really want to YOLO it all at once. The fact that he's just revealed this is really, really, really bad. And yeah, like he just won't be able to beat this blob. Okay, so he's doing this again. And okay, so he gets it, but now he loses a plane every time he does it. So he can never do that again, because these are only 2 per card, I believe. Although, you know, if T-Man's got this fighter, he should really just have it circling around back here. Yeah, you really want to keep the vehicles with it. Like, that was a good kill, right? But now, if T-Man's paying attention, all 3 of these should die to these 3 tubes and the Mars, right? But I guess he just wasn't paying attention. And he doesn't seem to be... Like, when he saw that Marder, I mean, he didn't really seem to... he pulled this one back, right? So he knows, but he's not... Right, these have all just been put on attack move, but the Foxes get there faster because, of course, they're vehicles, right? They're very fast. We're talking about the blob warfare. So they're just going to all die now, and once again reveal the position. Hello. He's finally done it! Wow! He's finally done it. I'm so happy to see this. And so now, you know, he needs defenses here. The Mars is cool, you know, it did quite a bit of damage there. Killed some Leopard ones. And he split the volley because he knew it was going to move. Typically, you want to be Mars in this right now. Like, yeah, you see that the RT's out. So this is why you want a command CV in there, because it's got more top armor. Sorry, a command tank CV, because it's got more top armor. Like, this can still take some hits. And you see smoked in quite a wide area, which is good. So, okay. But, like, it's kind of weird. I've not seen Axis... Okay, so he's finally started buying Leopard 2A3s. They should have been out a very long time ago. I like the Jaguars, but, you know, once the Leopard 2s are in range, you got to back, because you're just not going to survive that. And said that, T-Man a bit sloppy with the smoke there, loses 1. So this is T-Man's great counter attack. And yeah, the Jaguars, you know, they need to just keep retreating and take advantage of that. Okay, so he didn't... He only smoked once. He only smoked once! And he's not queued up any more smoke, so now he's just gonna die! He's got a reverse! You hate to see it. You really do hate to see it. Over here, there's a lot like these. If you just attack move these in here, they would win, because these Leopard ones would get killed by the Marder Milans. There's so many of them. You just have to attack move him into here. But like he would have to load this CV up as well and get that in. Oh, he's going to lose 3 pioneers here. This is going to be devastating. Let's watch this. There you go. Wow. And this is what I was talking about with the Eyehawks being in the wrong place. Particularly if you want to attack over here with all these units, you need the AA to be here. And you can't reposition them. They're also running out of ammo. Over here, is he going to smoke it again? Alas, no. But, I mean, honestly, been hating on Axis a bit much. T-Man has the second most playtime of any player in Warno. It might be third. It might be third. Bear Cigarettes is number 1. Many Cigarettes is number 1. And then number 2... Oh no, number 1's Homelander. Number 2 is Many Cigarettes. And number 3 is T-Man. I remember now. Because we've got the statistics. You can get it from the Eugen API. So T-Man has the third most playtime in Warno. And... like, I'm not sure what was happening in this game. He's just playing very reactively. Like, he's not attacked once. Well, okay. I mean, he's just sort of driving forwards and backwards through this zone. Like, he's not attempted to maneuver at all. He's not, like, switched it up and tried to attack down here. Like, he could get in here. There's, like, 1 FS Jaeger. He could scout it, you know, with one of his many Beauparts, then use the plane to kill it. He's not really done a good job of defending this. Okay, so this Milan 2 here will be a problem. Although once you get into this, you know, you break LOS. So if Axis is paying attention, he can break LOS on all of that. This bailed out, which is pretty funny. And okay, so Axis is finally getting some points on the board. T-Man's reacting, right? And he's not queuing up the orders, so as soon as this fades, he's going to lose it again. Not sure. This is going for the bow, but why? That's very dead. Yeah, it's sort of like a comedy of errors, and these are 2 high-level players, so obviously attacking here is not smart because if there's anything here, you're going to get side shot and exploded. This is why you need to drive them back, drive them out, and attack this way. So T-Man, you know, he's broken through here because Axis didn't have anybody here. He had this 1 unit here, but he's just sent that all the way over there. And then he didn't put anybody else here. He didn't make any play for the sides. And so you see the Leopard 2A3s are getting... I believe that was just a duel, actually, but they had the potential to be side shot there. Okay, that was a side shot. That's why it lost so much HP. And then it dies to what? Artillery? What? That must have been artillery. Oh no. So this guy should win that fight. These don't have a small arm on them. But like, where's he going? I don't know. 10 minutes left. Axis with 160 points. He's doing something here. He needs the he's loaded the CV up. The Milan has just ran out of missiles. And so now, yes, now he needs to get this to here to stop reinforcements coming this way. And then get everybody else up to, like, here, you know, like he sort of lost his FS Jaeger. You could also move this guy down to here. I'm not sure how much that helps you, really. First command tank CV of the game purchased. Second, do get them as... There you go. There you go. Like, there's a lot of arty here. So there's 4 pieces and a CV. He's not really taking advantage of the fire rate that's given him. The Beaupart just dies to the FS Jaeger. And, yeah, Axis really needs to, like, control his blob a bit better, get his blob to bear. T-Man's not been spending his points. That's like 2 minutes income there. The Mars is firing at this. It might get it. It did not get it, but he's going to drive over here, and then that's going to kill him. Over here, yeah, but no, you need to drive... Oh, man. He's just driving into the leopard 1. It's low cohesion, but... Oh, dear. Wow. And then he... Yeah, okay, I mean, at that, if it misses, then you know how long you've got to reloads, right? But it is what it is. So he got that in. I'm surprised by the route he took. Like, he could have just come across here. I guess he thought, well, obviously the Milan 2's been resupplied, so what he did has worked, so everything else is purely hypothetical. And once again, all this arty can be smoking. Here we go. Has he queued up orders? Is that a queued order? Is that a queued up smoke order? It is. Good. So, yeah, he needed more infantry in this push, basically. And, okay, so he's back in here with some more smoke. And I pray once again for queued up orders. Yes, queued up orders. So the smoke won't run out. And T-Man's got a, you know, I mean, he's got the Mars. He's got all this arty. He could be hitting these positions with the arty. Yikes, that did not go well at all. So what T-Man needs to do now is recognize, okay, I just killed everybody here. There's probably nothing behind this, and he needs to come over here. You know, he's got all this stuff. He could swing a couple Roland 2s in or use fighter cover to stop the bombers. And he really needs to counterattack up here. And he's noticing. He sent the CV first, but, you know, we'll forgive him that. And 7 minutes left on the board. I think Axis has realised how much trouble he's in now. He's buying a lot of Marders over here. Like, he could repath these up to here. You know, you really want a Milan 2 in this, basically. That goes down because the smoke faded. And, okay, so T-Man is just hitting that because he just assumes, well, that they're going to be in there. And he's right. So now, pretty bad for Axis. He wasted all his well, 2 of his helicopters, you know, they got one of the RE pieces back here, but then he sort of wasted a couple over here. So now he can't bring his bow pars, which would stop this because T-Man's not brought any AA. And okay, so he's doing that, but like, why not bring the Milan 2s? He's also gone for tracked reinforcements, which of course are slower than wheeled reinforcements. His first purchases were tracked reinforcements. He's made no attempt to like send, like, you could just send all this up there, right? So like, he's done it with that. Why not send some of the tanks? Because this is bad. Axis can lose now. Although not if T-Man goes that way. I'm not sure why he's done that actually. I mean, like, this is where you're attacking, right? Although now Axis has moved those, so they're not going to be able to help him. He's going for that tank, but surely he should recognize that this is the problem. And now he's lost that bomber, because of course the AA is exactly where it was the last 3 times he did that. You know, do let me know if you think I'm being a bit too harsh, but I don't know, it's just kind of like, I just watch it and I just despair. Obviously I'm not the best player. Well, I mean I am, but you know, I'm not the best player in the universe, right? And I make a lot of mistakes, but it's just, this has been a really weird game, and like, is he really just gonna drive into this? I mean, I suppose it's sort of T-Man's playstyle, right? Just take trades for 20 minutes and then just walk in at the end. And will it work? I mean, 5 minutes to get 250. He's got to get in pretty fast. He's brought 3 CVs, but he's sort of taking his time with it. I mean, obviously these guys have AT, so be a little bit careful there. And yeah, he is going to get in, and there's no backup CV here. Okay, so Axis has realised that if he doesn't do something, and these don't have AT, man, they would have sideshot all of those if they had AT. Blimey. Axis has realised that if he doesn't redeploy some of his forces, he's just going to lose. T-Man's going to be on a +2 now. I suppose it just goes to show how forgiving both of these divisions are. They're both very OP divs. Very OP divs. And, yeah. So that was a complete waste. Why not kill these 4 units here instead of that 1 unit? The Leopard 2s are being like sideshot or something. I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, but they are accomplishing something. And okay, so he's just driving these in, which is good. He's getting the CV, like, T-Man is reinforcing. Axis has actually moved this off this road, which means that these reinforcements are going to make it, but he might get the TV. So swings and roundabouts. And look at the power of that blob. Like, he literally just spent 5 minutes income, and then all of a sudden you've got 5 million units, you know. So I think T-Man's push here was too lethargic. He should have redeployed, like these units should have been going over here. That sort of thing, you know? And now Axis is sending his guys back. Although this time, I don't know, these Milan 2s might do some... like, he's got a lot of units here that he's... Okay, so he's noticing. He's noticing. Like, he could put the Command Leopard 2 there, and then... Okay, but that's his last CV in that zone, because he sent so many over here. So maybe not. And yeah, that Command CV went down. So I don't know if that was... Like, because obviously now these 4 guys are getting there, but is that worth it? I think it probably still is. And yeah, these Leopard 2s are having a really bad time because of where they've decided to show up. So, but he's done enough, right? And that Command Leopard came in here and smoked, I guess. And then there's the surrender. So, really interesting game. I mean, I'm sorry for being such a negative Nelly, but Axis is me apparently, and T-Man, yeah, rank 4. He's got the 3rd most games in Warno. So fair play to Axis beating somebody so famous, etc. And I like the infiltration plays. And Axis actually, like, he had the initiative. He kept attacking, whereas T-Man just didn't. Like, T-Man attacked once all game basically, and that was at the end, and then it didn't really work. So, but you see that his micro is definitely better, right? He's getting a lot more kills. But just generally, like, he didn't apply any pressure on the side points at all. Like the side point, I guess, on Charlie on the forested zone. He just sort of face mashed Bravo for the whole game. It's kind of a weird one. Do let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. GG.